Our other top story tonight, it's a scene no commuter wants to see. The rail line stopped and a huge police presence.
Tonight, a man is in the hospital after a collision on the tracks. And as news specialist Andrew Adams learned, it is prompting a warning from rail workers. Andrew?
Mike, UTA workers dread as much as anyone what happened here tonight. The man is in critical condition after a scenario they say could have been avoided.
These rails are always rocking. So when the trains suddenly come to a standstill, it's almost always a sign that something bad happened.
Scary.
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Something bad happened here.
And he just walked and boom!
A tracks train hit a man.
He went under like he was rolling. Maybe 7, 8 times, 15 or 20 feet from right there to all the way over there.
Witnesses say the man was caught under the train as emergency teams arrived.
I don't know if he's bleeding or what.
The train honked at him?
Huh? The train honked 5 times. But the guy, I don't know if he had his earphones on.
Investigators say the man did have earphones on.
He turned and looked at the southbound train that was departing the station, so I'm not sure he was aware there was a northbound train coming.
Those who watched the collision were horrified.
When a train hits someone, they know that they hit someone.
Rail workers say the train simply didn't have time.
They can't stop on a dime. They can't swerve out of the way. Basically, you have metal on metal trying to stop.
As medics rushed the man to the hospital,
I thought he was dead.
police pleaded with others like him.
Pay attention. And, you know, the earbuds and the music can wait a minute.
A lesson with unforgiving consequences on a commuter rail line that seldom stops.
I just want to hurry up and get this done so I couldn't leave. I need to call my mom.
Again, the man was in critical condition at last update. UTA did not go into great detail on his injuries, but again, underscoring, please be careful. These rails can be deadly. Back to you.
Yeah, I've had too many accidents, especially as of late. Andrew, thank you.
Newly released video you're only seeing on KSL-TV tonight. We've all seen something like this before. A car in distress on the side of the highway. Some of us maybe have even stopped to help.
Now, this story might make you think twice. News specialist Andrew Adams shows us how a Utah trooper's training and gut feeling helped take a killer off the street.
Semis may roar. The wind may whisper. But this lonely stretch of interstate that winds through Tooele County rarely reveals its secrets.
You're out there by yourself, somebody wants to do something out there, it could be pretty easy sometimes.
Ronnie Corona's job is to uncover those secrets.
It's tough.
He patrolled I-80 for 2 years as a Utah Highway Patrol trooper.
You stop somebody and you're it. You're the guy.
One secret he will never forget is the one that was hiding here in plain sight.
We're pretty close. This was where he was stopped right here on the side of the road. Cars just parked right off the road, kind of right here, sloped over.
The red sedan with Iowa plates, caught on dash camera, showed some obvious signs of distress. A man emerged, saying he'd simply run out of gas.
His passenger window was broken and all the hatchet marks inside the vehicle. And he had told me he got angry at one point and he started just hitting his car.
Other answers from the man, soon to be identified as Kyle Alexander Jepson, just didn't seem right.
So whose car is it?
My aunt.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Out of gas in his aunt's vehicle, who he doesn't remember her name.
So you don't know who your aunt is?
Sorry, I was drawing a blank.
That's the first thing they tell you is look for those details that don't fit right.
Identifying those details is part of every cop's training, but experiences on the road
That didn't look right.
transforms training
Nothing about that looked right.
into instinct.
We've solved a lot of cases over the years through just a simple traffic stop.
The State Bureau of Investigation says instinct is especially important in uncovering major crimes, from drug trafficking to kidnappings.
We didn't really know what we had, and I don't think the authorities in Iowa actually knew what they had at that time either.
All investigators knew was that Jepson's story had some major holes, and that's when the story started to change.
So whose car is it?
It's stolen.
It was the first of many unexpected revelations that night, soon to be laid out in an interrogation room.
We knew that the car that he was in was an NCIC hit. It was involved in a missing persons case in Iowa.
Gloria Gary was reported missing in Des Moines 6 days before her car turned up in Utah with Jepson.
Did he know this woman at all?
No.
Jepson said he was homeless at the time and had simply noticed Gary's house.
I wanted to go into that house, and I wasn't gonna leave.
He told investigators he broke in and was still there when Gary arrived.
I was like, almost like, I wouldn't say mesmerized, but I'm like, there's a person right there.
Jepson's story was only beginning.
He just started talking and was very surprisingly forthcoming.
The right hand was on her throat.
In horrifyingly vivid detail.
Like her legs are like straight up, like kicking at me. And
Jepson described how he strangled Gary and then sexually assaulted her after she died.
I guess I don't know if I feel bad enough.
Jepson was cold and clinical.
I was eating pizza, like it didn't even happen. And that's the worst part about it.
It was surprising that he had no emotion.
Or any remorse. Jepson instead seemed to savor the mood.
I lit candles.
What were your thoughts? Was it something that you decided you were going to keep on doing?
I thought it'd be something I'd be good at.
He's locked up, and society's safer because of it.
There's no doubt in my mind, after hearing his interview and his interrogation, that he would have done it again.
Corona says he's relieved. His training and instinct prepared him for that fateful traffic stop.
There's really nothing that tops that.
He had uncovered Jepson's secret before Jepson kept others.
If someone would have stopped and they said, hey, I can't help you, what's his next course? It would be easy just to take their vehicle and harm them.
On a stretch of lonely road that has been known to leave few clues, this cop is grateful for every mile when it leads to answers.
It could be by just a chance encounter, and they're going to get caught and make that one mistake, and we'll be on top of it.
Well, Jepson's confession helped lead police to Gary's body. He pleaded guilty last fall to Gary's murder, as well as a break-in at another Des Moines home. He told the court he'd been dealing with some schizophrenic or some spiritual demons. He'll do at least 35 years in prison.
Well, all because that trooper followed his instinct. Andrew, thanks. Yeah.
So when you're camping in the outdoors, they always tell you to, well, beware of bears.
Yeah, but it may not be a bear that's making those mysterious noises in American Fork Canyon. It might actually be a ghost. At least that's what news specialist Andrew Adams learned in this next story.
It's that loneliest time in the canyon when the woods go to sleep. And the remnants of a once thriving mining industry have reached peak witching hour.
Yeah, on Halloween especially, you never know who's going to come up here for what purposes.
At that time, you might just hear him faintly, trolling leaf-covered trails.
The ghost of the canyon.
American Fork Canyon historian Jay Allen says one of the lesser-known ghost stories is that of a miner here.
He lived year-round up in the mining district and spent more time working claims up there than anyone.
Life was solitary for the miner. Winter's famine proved unforgiving in the spring.
And he ate and ate and ate and ate. Apparently had eaten so much he died of a bloated stomach.
Perhaps that's why the miner is now believed to haunt unsuspecting campsites.
Out looking for food in garbage cans or wherever he can find it.
It's a tale that seems too fantastic to be real.
Oh, Ed Hines, he's the hermit of American Fork Canyon.
But the roots of Hines' story are deeply grounded in the American Fork Cemetery.
Born May 10th, 1850 and died May 23rd, 1923. You should look on the headstone, it says gone back to Forest City. So now it means more to you.
Hines' grave was once unmarked.
They donated the money to put a headstone marker here where he was buried.
But the miner's territory has always been clearly outlined.
May leave the cemetery here and go right up the canyon looking for what he was familiar with.
That faint rustling in the quiet of the year may just be him.
You hear rattling of a garbage can and that? No fear, they just realize it's Ed out looking for something to eat.
Well, if you look around, you also might find lore about a ghost hitchhiker in American Fork Canyon. Alan believes the story of the miner may play into some other stories up here. Also, you probably noticed that creepy cave or mine in our story, fairly infamous, known as the Bundy Cave, apparently has ties to a victim of serial killer Ted Bundy. Back to you.
I also noticed the creepy music, which seemed to enhance another part of that story. Andrew Adams live for us in Utah County tonight. Thank you.